How's everybody doing? Week 3 video discussion. Most influential video that I consumed, or media that I consumed as a child. Great question. Thank you for asking. I'm going to try to clarify that for you. Mine's going to be Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Very serious film, as most of you probably know. But in all seriousness, it really was a really important movie for me. Not so much because of actually the plot or anything that was actually coming out of the text. It was influential for me because it really taught me how to deal with life. Maybe not the right way either, by the way, but it taught me a very good technique for masking my pain. As a child, I suffered from some abandonment issues with my father not being around. Mom, a single mom, doing her best, but wasn't home often because of work and her trying to make ends meet. So I was alone a lot, no siblings. So I was kind of in my head all the time. My dad not being around really made me feel as if I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough for him to stick it out or at least acknowledge my existence, for that matter. So that really kind of created some insecurities beyond that. I would walk into a room as a kid, and if there were people laughing about a joke or something that had nothing to do with me, I would absolutely assume it had something to do with me. I was a goofy little kid, so getting made fun of wasn't out of the norm of my day. And that's what the movie really kind of stirred in me, was that I can literally make everybody laugh and distract them from me. I can be somebody totally different. I can be the guy that's cracking jokes and being a class clown, and instead of having people laugh at me at my expense, then I could make them laugh at me because I'm actually funny. So that was kind of the route that I went for years, for a very long time. Now the downside of that was it kind of created a sense of, not a sense of, but a lack of seriousness. It got to a point where if there was something serious to talk about, I wasn't going to do it. If you were trying to dig into my emotions, it wasn't going to happen. I was going to crack jokes. You were either going to laugh or I was going to avoid you. And either way, you weren't going to get into me. You weren't going to get into my emotions and figure out how I ticked, because I just couldn't allow that. I couldn't allow someone to know my weaknesses, because for sure they would have used them against me. At least that's what I thought. So the social outlook it gave me was really just that I could protect my emotions, I could protect my dignity, I could protect my feelings by just creating laughter. Walking down the hall being goofy, going up into the room, oh, righty then, and just really kind of demonstrating those quirky characters that Jim Carrey did in that movie. And I just ran with it. Really just kind of acted silly all the time. And I was comfortable in it. I was kind of got to embrace my weird a little bit. And it flowed. Some of the signs and symbols that really kind of sparked that for me was any type of serious situation, any type of meaningful or deep-seated issue, or just really anything that was a little too heavy. We were going to lighten it up with a little Jim Carrey. We were going to need the detective there, and he was going to have to do some detectiving, and by that I mean goofing off. So anytime, you know, one of those signs came up, I pretty much just dove right into character. You know, that's just how it worked for me. So I hope this answers some of y'all's questions. You know, if you got anything else, I left anything out, just feel free to put it in the message thread. Oh, righty then. Bye-bye.